Right then lads, so today's topic is going to be about a group I used to run with, and about the rise and fall of the old BlackTree Company. But first I'll talk about where it all started and began. And it all started back on the Xbox 360, back when Battlefield 4 was released. So we're talking to say good about 2-3 years. And how it went was I was jumping into a random games of Battlefield, you know, as you do, trying to rank up this, that and the other. And I jumped into this one random game on Operation Lockers. And I jumped to this one group and everyone was talking in-game comms. And I thought, you know what, everyone's like making call outs and whatnot, I'm going to stick in my headset and, you know, join in with them. And I can't remember who was exactly in the group, but all I can remember it was me, I'll just use their game tags, Obsidian Black, Harmfuljoker, another guy called, I can't remember his fucking gamer tag, shit. And then there was another guy as well. But them two didn't end up joining in the end. But I'll say we'll just gloss over them two. So, you know, we're playing the game, making call outs, this and I thought, you know what, these lads are pretty decent, you know. And we ended up winning that match, and then after that match, and then after that match, and after that match, we was on a nice little winning streak. And along the way, we ended up picking up some other geezers, and two of the other geezers who were obviously going to be a bit prominent in this story now were Biff and GoChaserTree. So then after all them games have ended and whatnot, you know, we all started adding each other up, you know, me, Joker, Obsidian, all them lot, we started adding each other up, and we thought, you know what, we'll play with each other again. And sure enough, next day we all ended up getting into a party and fucking shit up. And after a few days of playing with each other, like, that sounds kind of gay. But after a few days of playing with each other, like, you know, we started getting like a strong bond, and like, you know, we started like learning each other's like skills and tactics. And the way we was running it, Obsidian Black was like the leader / assault guy. I was always the sniper. Harmfuljoker was always either the engineer or tank driver. Biff was always like an LAV driver / engineer, and GoChaserTree was usually like a run of the mill or mainly in a jet or whatnot. And it was pretty cool how we was running it, because like whenever we needed a situation being dealt with, say if someone needed to get took out from long range, I'd come along and help out, or if we needed armour being taken out, we'd get either Biff or Joker, or if we needed someone to take out a helicopter or something, we'd get Tree to get in there. And it was cool to see this like synergy, like we had every situation covered basically. It was really sick. So during this time everyone started getting the idea of wanting to make a group, but we wasn't really deciding on what kind of group to make. Because at the time there was two main groups. There was Harmfuljoker and his American Knights, and then there was Biff and his brother Pone. They had Sif. But Obsidian Black and GoChaserTree didn't really want to join one of them two groups. I don't know why. I think they said something about their tactics or this, that and the other, and I thought, maybe they just wanted to make their own group or some shit, I don't know. So then them two turned around to me and I'm like, oh Joe, like, look, we're making this group, we want to see if we can get the rest of the guys to join in so we can make one big group that everyone can contribute to. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll join, like. And they started running names through me. And they said, oh, what do you think about BlackTree Company? I don't know how they made it, fucking, the last name of Obsidian Black is obviously Black, last name of GoChaserTree is Tree, BlackTree Company. But I thought, you know, it sounds pretty cool. It sort of sounds like Blackwater Company, or whatever the fuck that PMC group is. And sure enough, in the next coming days, they went onto Battlelog and quickly made a new group called BlackTree Company. And at first, everyone was a bit reluctant to join, like, because, you know, obviously, Biff and his brother had their own little group, and Harmfuljoker had his group. But in the end, everyone started coming back together, and we all, like, made this massive group, BlackTree Company. And at the time, because we was the original 5, me, Obsidian Black, Harmfuljoker, Biff and GoChaserTree was all founders, and you know, it was pretty cool because we could all make our little own changes and implement different things and try different tactics in this and the other, and it was pretty cool. Obviously we had like some sort of like hierarchy, so we'd go from say Obsidian Black, then we'd go from me or Joker or Biff or Tree, but we did have some sort of like hierarchy. It was one of them was like, say if I don't know, Obsidian Black made a call out or tactic or something like that and it didn't really work, then we'd go down say to me or Joker, and then we'd try our tactics, and if that didn't work we'd go down to Biff and Tree, or you know, we'd just try different people's tactics, and then once we found a tactic that worked, we'd run that tactic and obviously win the round. But to be fair, everyone had their own like sort of strategies, and they all worked in the one way or another. Like mine was usually like to get behind enemy lines and start fucking up from behind. Obsidian Black's was usually head-on, straight collision, like frontal attacks. Joker's was usually run armor, and it was really cool because we had a strategy for every sort of situation or every sort of engagement. And 9 times out of 10, we'd go on winning streaks for like 10 wins in a row or some stuff like that, until obviously people started getting off, and then we'd like our numbers would go down a little bit, and then you know, then we'd start losing because we didn't have the numbers. But it was awesome. And I think at our height, I'm sure we had about like 30 or 40 plus members. We had a shit ton of people, and that wasn't like just 30-40 people just joined like out the blue and just didn't play again. We had consistent 30 or 40 people playing. It was awesome. But in any life cycle of any game, you know, like people start dwindling away, or start playing other games, or start playing with other groups, and this, that, and the other, and you know, we were still like really going strong. So then 2 years go down the line, and you know, at this point, BlackTree Company's not dead, like, but you know, we've lost quite a lot of numbers in sense of like a lot of people have obviously like gone off of Xbox or this, that, and the other, and they're playing other stuff. So I think around this time we had about like 10-15 people playing consistently. So now we're going to get to the point where everything started falling apart. And it's around the time when Halo Guardians came out. That fucking game. Now don't get me wrong, I love Halo's single player and all that. The campaign's awesome, but online is fucking bullshit. But anyway, around this time, Obsidian Black's obviously getting Halo because he's a really big like Halo fanatic and whatnot. And then like, you know, he's talking everyone else to getting into it. Because to be fair, everyone sort of liked it, but nobody was really asked with it. But then, you know, he's like talking around to it, and he was like, "Oh, it's really good. This time you can do such tactical gameplay and yada yada yada." And I thought, you know, fuck it, let's just get it and let's try it. But oh my days, like as soon as we got on Halo, he just turned into a completely different fucking person. He went from being this chillaxed, completely calm as fuck person to this fucking irate, fucking dictator kind of person. Jeez. Like for real, he would fucking have a go at us for doing well. Like I remember this one game, he was fucking playing on I can't remember what it is, but it's pretty much like Search and Destroy. And like, you know, he kept saying like, "Oh, Joe could go left, such and such go right, and I'll go in the middle, and da 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 da." So then, you know, we started running that, and I started fucking like shit up. Like I was going on an amazing kill streak. So I was pretty much taking on an entire team on myself. And don't get me wrong, I'm not one of them ones to brag, say, "Oh, I'm fucking sick," but it's like, you know, I was doing really well. But because I wasn't doing exactly as he was saying, he was like, "Oh, it doesn't matter about the kills, that's not the BlackTree Company way, it's about playing tactics." And I'm like, hold on, I'm sure the BlackTree Company way was to win. It doesn't matter about what tactics and all that. Like, don't get me wrong, they do play a part, but I'm sure the whole point of us is to win. So I thought, you know, fuck it, I'm going to do exactly as he says to do in the next round. And so the next round starts, and I listened to exactly as he says to the T. Me and Einstein was in the middle, Joker went to the left, and Black was supposed to have gone to the right. He never ended up doing that, he ended up fucking camping behind us. And that round was a fucking disaster, my god. Me and Einstein would be holding down the middle, trying to kill the geezers, like, you know, we'd take out like the odd one or two. But then we'd end up getting fucked up by the right side flank, because nobody would be pushing that side, and we'd be assuming that Black was going to be pushing it, but no, he never ended up did. And it was fucking hilarious, man, because like, as soon as the game ended, he just went completely quiet, and then he ended up inviting a few other geezers from BlackTree Company, and we went onto Warzone, which is basically this big massive, like, sort of like Battlefield in a sense, where it's like, it's a big open like map, and there's a lot more people involved. But it was fucking hilarious. He just went completely silent and didn't talk about the whole game, he didn't talk about the tactics or anything. Fucking grease. Oh, and I forgot to mention, during this time, as we've been like, you know, obviously the time's been going by and all, he's been slowly taking away founder position from some of the people in the group. He took founder position away from Joker first, then he took it away from Biff, and then at first I thought, you know, I wasn't going to say anything, you know, he still made him leader and whatnot. But I didn't say anything, and then he took founder position away from me, and I thought, hold the fuck on, like, what's going on here? But then I ended up never saying anything about it, but I sort of wish I brought it up at the time, because now I realise why he was doing it. He never took founder position away from Gold Chaser Tree. I think them two are personal friends in real life, so I suppose I can see why he didn't take it from him. But yeah, as time's been going by on Halo and whatnot, and he's just been saying like snarled remarks and this, that and the other, and trying to bark orders, and his orders wouldn't work, and then me and Joe or somebody else would try and run a tactic, and that would end up working, and he'd get pissed off because we wasn't listening to what he wanted to do, but our tactics was working. It was like, the fuck, man, like, what's going on? Like, is there something up with you or something, bro? Fuck. So then Einstein and Joker brought it up to me, and I was like, oh, is there something wrong with Obsidian? Like, because he's been acting really weird lately, like, and I'm like, you know what, I've noticed it myself. So then I thought, you know what, let's just leave it for a time being, maybe just having a bad moment, or like, you know, maybe something's going on in real life that we don't know about. You know, give it a few days and see how he reacts. And if he's still the fucking same, then we'll just call him up on it and be like, yo, like, what's the fucking deal? But then sure enough, he was still the fucking same. He's still fucking barking orders and like trying to belittle everyone and saying fucking, oh, I'm the best at fucking Halo and you're more like, no one's better than me and yada yada yada. And I'm like, oh fucking Jesus Christ, this guy, man, what's going on? So then the one day comes and he sends me a message on Xbox. He says, oh, are you leaving BlackTree Company? I'm like, I'll send him a message back. I'm saying like, no, why? What makes you think that? And then he turns around and says, oh, because you, Joker, and Einstein are doing your own thing. And like, you know, just at the time, me, Joker, and Einstein was always playing Fallout after, you know, the Halo malarkey. And you know, we never ended up inviting him into the party and that. Well, to be fair, he could have just joined, but you know, we was all just playing Fallout, and you know, it was a really cool fucking game, so we wanted to play that and not fucking Halo and whatnot. So in the end, I ended up sending them a Twitter message, because on Xbox Live it only gives you like so much captions to like use your word. I think it's like 250 or something like that. So I thought, fuck it, I'm going to send him a Twitter message, basically explaining the entire situation, what's going on, what's going wrong, why is he acting up like this, and you know, basically like asking him to like stop it or give us some sort of explanation as to why he's acting like this. But then he just took the whole situation wrong, and he thought we was all just like fucking slagging him off and this, and you know, we was like, no bro, like fucking, we're basically wanting to like know what's going up. Like, you've never acted like this in the fucking 2 years of us playing together. Why have you suddenly changed now, and you're trying to like bark orders at people and basically treat people like shit? So then he sends me a party invite, and I'm like, you know, fuck it, I'll join, I'll see what he has to say. And then he, you know, he's like, so what's going on, and I'm like, well bro, you can't say that you haven't been like, you know, being an asshole towards us like these. And he's like, yeah, I know I've been hard on you guys, but you know, it's because I wanted to get BlackTree Company on the map and make a website and this, side and the other, and yada yada yada. And it's like, and he's basically trying to make himself sound like he's the most important person in the entire group. Yes, I understand he's part of the founders and all that, but we're all part of the founders. Not, well, obviously not all of us, but like, you know, the main five, me, Joker, Obsidian, Tree and Biff, we're all founders. So it's like, why are you trying to like bark orders at us when you already know what we're capable of? You know what we're like in games and how well we communicate, and like, we're good friends and whatnot. So it's like, why are you acting like this? And then he starts fucking putting us down and saying like, oh, we're not as good as we used to be and yada yada yada. And I'm like, yeah, fair enough, like we haven't been taking like gaming as seriously as we used to, but you know, fucking shit changes. Like, fucking, don't get me wrong, we're still like awesome at the games, but we're not taking it like super serious now. We're just playing for fun most of the time. Obviously when we do get on Battlefield and like other games like that, then you know, we do go like, you know, not like pretty serious, but then on other games like fucking Rainbow or whatnot, you know, we're pretty chillaxed. So then I turn around to him, I'm like, bro, like what's going on? Is there something like going on that we should know, or like, you know, we just want the old Black back, you know, we just want the old you. And he starts fucking laughing. I'm like, why are you laughing for? Like, you know, you can't say you haven't changed, you can't say you haven't been a dick to us recently. And then he turns around and he's like, oh, well, you guys didn't make the group, I've been doing all this, yada yada yada. And I'm like, hold the fuck on. At the very beginning, you turned around to me and asked if I wanted to join. If anything, I could have fucking ended up joining Biff and Sif or Joker and the American Knights, and you know, that them could have fucking taken off. I'm not trying to say like I'm the most important person, but you know, fucking that butterfly effect, you know, what if I'd have joined Sif and then everyone would end up joining Sif, or what if I joined American Knights and everyone joined that and whatnot, you know, fucking, you gotta say like, you know, we can't say you the most important person in the group. Everyone's important in the group as well, the main five anyway, because we took that shit off. If it wasn't for like all of us coming together, that shit would have never took off. But then we continued to argue and whatnot, and it's like, and then in the end my fucking internet cut off. It was kind of bullshit actually, because like, I was like, yo, are you there? Are you there? And then he said, Xbox Live was disconnected. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. But then I looked at the time, it was like about 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I thought, you know what, fuck it, like I'll probably have to mess around my router at this time. I'm just gonna go to fucking sleep, bollocks to it, like. So I wake up in the next morning, I got a message from him saying, oh, if you want to continue this conversation tomorrow, you know, feel free, yada yada yada. But then I looked in his profile and he's fucking blocked me. And I'm like, what the shit? Because I tried to fucking reply and the message wouldn't go through. And he said, oh, blocked, such and such as blocked communications or something. I was like, what the fuck? So he's saying he wants me to talk about it like tomorrow or whatever. And then like he's blocked me. What the fuck's that shit about? So then in the end, you know, I thought, fuck it, like, you know, that's the end of BlackTree Company. I'm done, like, fucking. And Joker and Einstein had the same sort of like idea as well, and I was like, you know, fuck it, like, if that's how he's talking about us and whatnot, you know, fuck it, like, let's just do our own thing. And that's how we ended up founding OSR, well, Outcast Shadow Regiment, which is our new group. And you know, we started to like do the whole thing with BlackTree Company, but not turn it into a dictatorship. We're going to try and keep it with us main four. And the main four is me, Einstein, Joker, and another guy called JRArsenal125. He's sound like he's fucking ace. And yeah, we're going to try and keep it as like us four. We're not going to take any sort of privileges from anyone. Everyone gets their say and everyone gets their piece and whatnot. You know, we're going to try and keep it like a tight-knit group, like how we was going to do it with BlackTree Company. And you know, we're slowly growing, like, you know, to be fair, we've actually got a few people from the old BlackTree Company who didn't like Black and all that, and they ended up joining with us. And you know, we've picked up a few other random people and whatnot. You know, it's pretty cool. We're like slowly building our numbers up. And I mean, towards like all the rest of the BlackTree Company, like Biff, Gold Chaser Tree, and all the other guys, like, you know, I've got no ill will towards them all because they're all awesome. It was just Obsidian. He was the one who just made it fucking flop, and everyone fucking just disbanded. I mean, even now, I even got no like ill will towards like Obsidian Black. It just pissed me off how he just changed all of a sudden and just made everything fucking awkward. Like, if we ever bumped into a game or something and we ended up fucking like playing against each other, you know, I'd be like, you know, fucking, you know, you're right, mate, like fucking long time no see kind of thing. But you know, in regards to being in a group with him anymore, like, nah, fuck that. I'm happy with like how things are going on at the moment with our group. So yeah, onwards and upwards with OSR, and you know, fucking, if anyone's watching and then they're on Xbox Live and they want to join us and want to play with us, fucking feel free. Like, you know, I'll leave down some links in the description if you want to check us out and whatnot. So yeah, that's pretty much the history of how I ended up leaving BlackTree Company and the rise of OSR. Like, fucking, it was pretty cool. Sorry the fucking video was a bit long, like, you know, I tried to condense it and shorten it down, like, as short as I could. I mean, geez, I could talk about a million other fucking things about BlackTree Company, but, you know, fucking, I'll try and keep, like, all the main core and information in this video. I mean, there's a lot of fucking good with BlackTree Company, that was the thing. Like, we've done some amazing things, but it was just, you know, the shit that happened. We just had to, like, do our own kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, if you guys wanted a part 2, I mean, leave it down in the comment section. I'll say I'll happily make a part 2 if you guys want to know a little bit more about our history with that group and how we're making things different with our new group. But I'll wrap up the video now, because I say I don't want to have it fucking 20 minutes long or something. But yeah, I'll say thanks for listening, guys, and I'll say I appreciate your time. I'll catch you later in a bit. Ta-ra, bit. Ta-ra, ta-ra, ta-ra.